Good morning to everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the classifications of accounting. I am Dr. Pungavanam from Associate Professor of Command University, Chennai. So first, you must know what is the meaning of accounting. Accounting is the language of business. We say business language. The affair and the result of the business are communicated to others through accounting information. So the result of the business, the result of a company will be communicated to outsiders and also the stakeholders through this accounting information, which has to systematically recorded and presented. So since it has to be given to the stakeholders, the results has to be given to stakeholders, all the accounting information are systematically recorded and kept for presentations. So regarding classifications of accounting. So every business, we take every business, it deals with persons, process, assets, expenses and income. So business deals with particular person, business deals with assets, business deals with expenses and income. So far from the above we can see everything has to keep an account for each. The company must maintain an accounts for each person or head of account for each person. Then they have a separate account for each asset. For example, plant and machinery, then plant and machinery account, building account, machinery account. Like that, company has to maintain separate account for each asset. That the same way, it has to maintain separate account for each expense and each income. Individually, it has to maintain expenses and income accounts for each expenses. This is why we have to make. It has to be carried forward to the balance sheet, and the same way for the expenses and income, it has to carry forward to the income statements. So for salary means you must have a separate ledger account for salary. From that salary, from the ledger account, the balance will be taken forward to the P&L account. Accounts, the names of person are known. There are three types of accounts: personal account, real account, and nominal account. What is personal account? The account dealing with the name of the persons are called personal account. For example, Rama account, Indian Bank account, State Bank of India account, Lakshmi account. All these comes under the personal account. Then next is account in the name of asset are known as real account. If any account related with the assets and land and building, plant and machinery, anything on asset, it comes under real account. Now in respect of nominal accounts, in respect of expenses and income are known as nominal account. So nominal account deals with all expenses and all income. So these three accounts are very important. One is personal account, another is real account, third is nominal account. Personal account means it deals with the person's name. Real account means it deals with the assets. Last nominal account means it deal with the losses, income and expenses, or profit or losses. Then classification of account. We will see one by one the classification of. First, so account, this classification says accounts are classified into personal account and impersonal account. If we deal with the person, it will come in personal account. If it does not deal with the person, it will go to impersonal account. So impersonal account here classified into two types. One is real account, another is nominal account. Real account deals with the assets, nominal account deals with the expenses and losses, income and gains. You will see one by one this, because based on these accounts only golden rules will be applied. Here personal account. What is personal account? Accounts in the name of persons are known as personal account. Simple meaning of personal account is account dealing with the name of the person. They all comes under the personal account. Example is given: Babu account. Babu is a person, name of the person. So Babu account is called as personal account. The same way, Babu and Co account. This means Babu and Co is a person. Babu is a person, Babu and Co is a person account. That outstanding expenses, the salary is given to the person. See, outstanding expenses also comes under the personal account. Next is real account. These are accounts of assets or properties. These are the accounts of assets or properties. Assets. So assets may be tangible or intangible. What is tangible? What is intangible? If I can touch an asset, I can feel it, it's called as tangible. We can touch and see. Intangible means we can't touch and see. Goodwill is an asset, but it is an intangible asset. Land is an asset, tangible asset. Building, I can touch and see, I can touch, see and feel. it is called as tangible assets. So there are two types of assets. One is tangible asset, another is intangible asset. So real accounts are impersonal, which are tangible or intangible in nature. So real account may be in nature of intangible nature or intangible nature. So both type of assets will come under the real account. Example, cash account, it's a real account. Building account is a real account. We have real account, let us see which you can feel, see and touch. So cash, building or comes under the tangible asset. They are tangible because we can touch, we can see and we can feel. Goodwill account, we can't touch it, we can't see, we can't touch, we can't feel. It also comes under real account, it's an intangible account. Patent account or real account, both are intangible in nature because we can't touch, we can't see, we can't feel. So real account comprises of both tangibility and intangible assets. Next comes nominal account. So these accounts are impersonal. It's an impersonal account, but invisible and intangible. These accounts are also invisible and intangible. Nominal accounts are related to those things which we can feel, but we cannot see. So a nominal account deals with the accounts which you can, these account can be seen, but we cannot. This account we can feel, but we cannot see and touch. All expenses and losses and all income and gain. In short, nominal account deals with expenses, losses, income and gains. So all expenses, all losses, all income and all gain comes under nominal account. So example for it, salary account is a salary is an expenses. Rent account is an expenses. Wages account is an expenses. Interest received is an income. Commission received account is an income. Discount account is an expenses. Some discount received and discount allowed. So both are comes under nominal account. Next, you must know what is debit, what is credit. This is the basics of accounting, debits and credit. Each account have two sides. If you take the accounts, it has two sides, the left side and the right side. In accounting, the left side of an account is called as the debit side. This side we call as a debit side. That side we call as a credit side. Here, all left side of account is called as debit side, and all the right side of account is called as credit side. So each account has two sides, debit side and credit side. The entries where the debit side of the account is called as debit entry. If you write anything, I write anything this side, it is called debit entry. If I write anything this side, it is called as credit entry. So debit side, debit entry, and credit entry. So what are the golden rules of account? This is very important for the student's point of view. Very, very important. So every student must know the golden rules of accounting. So there are three types of account: personal account, real account, and nominal account. Personal account, the rules is debit the receiver, credit the giver. So a person going to receive, a person going to give. If a person receive, you are debit the name of the person. If a person give, you are credit the name of the giver. This is the short rules for personal account. Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Next comes real account. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So here real account, all assets comes under real account, both nominal tangibility and intangibility. So whenever asset comes into the company, you are debit the asset. For the building comes, debit building. Land comes, debit land. If cash comes, debit cash. In the same way, credit. Whenever an asset goes out, if you sell any asset goes out of the company, you have to credit the name of the asset. So real account means the rules is debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Next comes nominal account. So nominal account deals with debit all expenses and losses, credit all income and gain. If you incur any wages, incurred means that wages are debited. In the case, if you incur any loss on sale of land, you have to debit the loss amount. The same way credit, any income comes. Any incomes in terms of commission received, you have to credit the commission. Any gain on sale of investment, that you have to credit here. So there are three types of account: personal account, real account, nominal account. So the students from the transaction, first they must find what are the accounts involved. Based on the account involved, you have to apply the golden rules of accounting. This is the basic thing. Again, I will explain this: personal account, real account, and nominal account. Personal account will deal with the name of the person. Real account deal with the asset, both asset, tangible asset and intangible asset. Nominal account deals with all expenses and losses. These are three classification. When it comes for golden rules of accounting, the first for personal account, debit the receiver and credit the giver. For real account, debit what comes in and credit what goes out. For nominal account, debit or external losses, then credit or income and gains. So before entering into the next area, student must know about the types of accounts and the golden rules of accounting. Next, steps for finding the debit and credit as per the transaction. First, for the transaction, first find out the two accounts involved in the transaction. For example, cash, paid. So what are the transaction involved? You have to find. Another, building purchase for rupees 1 lakh. So there are two transactions involved. Building. Then for purchasing the building, you are paying cash. So building is a real account. Cash is a real account. Like that, you have to find the transaction. What are the account involved transaction? Then apply the golden rules of accounting. So first, find out the two accounts involved in the transaction. Check whether to find out the transaction whether it is personal or it's a real and nominal. First, what are two accounts? Then you have to name that account. What is that? Personal account, real account, or nominal account. Now apply the debit and rule. Debit side, debit rules and credit rules. That is apply the golden rules of accounting. So again, I will repeat it because it's very, very important for the students' point of the examination and for the practical solving the problem. So here first, the transaction will be the transaction. Find out the two accounts involved. So every transaction will have two accounts. So if a transaction is one account, the transaction is an incomplete transaction. So every transaction involves two accounts. From the two accounts, find which accounts are there. It may be personal account, real account, or nominal account. Then apply the golden rules of accounting to summarize the accounts. Exercise. So we will see one exercise here. Purchase of building of rupees 20,000. Here two accounts are involved. One account is building, another account purchase cash. So cash is one account, building is one account. Both are real account. Then cash paid to Satish. Satish is one account, cash is another account. Cash is a real account, Satish is a personal account. So two accounts are involved here. They say paid salary rupees 1,000. Salary is one account, so nominal account, salary. Then cash. Cash is a real account. Received commission. Commission is an income, so it is a nominal account. Received in way of cash. Cash is a real account. Then sold goods for cash. Cash is what? Then goods sold is a real account. Cash is a real. Two real accounts are involved here. Then you must know what are subsidiary books involved in the accounting transaction. Number one is general ledger. Another is special journal. General journal, then special journal. What all comes under special journal means purchase books, sales books, purchase return books, sales return books, bills receivable books, bills payable book, cash book, then petty cash book. These are called as special journals. So what's a journal? This is the first slide in the accounting entry. Journal. Journal is a prime or original book of entry in which all transactions are recorded in form of entries. Journalizing is an act of recording of entering transaction and journal in the order of the day. So in short, I can say journal is a books of original entry. What books of original entry? It is entered first in the account. A transaction, now we are entering the books of account, so it is called as books of original entry or books of first entry. So your journals are recorded as per the date of occurrence, or it is recorded as per the chronological order. If a transaction occurs on January 1, another transaction occurs on January 3. So you have to first write January 1, then you have to write January 3. If you write January 3 and January 1, this is not a journal, it is wrong procedure. So generalized journal means is an act of recording the books. The books is called as a books of original entry. Its journal means it is recorded in the chronological order. Then what is journalizing? Is an act of recording the books. Journalizing means is an act of recording in the books of all the transactions in the journal. If you record anything in the journal based on the transaction, then it is called as journalizing. So the very important is in the order of date. If you fail to enter the order of date, then the whole journal transaction, journal entry is wrong. It is not accepted by the accounting standards. So here you see first column is date. You have write the date, then particulars, LF stands for ledger folio, your page number of ledger folio, then debit amount in rupees, credit amount in rupees. So here that you have to write the first you have to write the year, for example 2000 you have to write 2000, then January 1. Then particulars, what account, debit side, then ledger, then debit amount, credit amount. This is the format. You have to write the journal entry in the format. If you are not writing the format, students will not get marks. So you see here, so an example for journal entry now. January 1, 1981, Prakash started a business of rupees 15,000. So this is the start, initial. So you see how they are recording here, first the date, 1981, below January 1. So here, started business, Prakash started business. So here, cash comes to the company in the way of business. So cash is a real account. What are the rules for real account? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Here cash comes into the company. So we are debiting cash account debtor. To who gives it in the form of capital? To Prakash capital account. So cash account debtor will come here to Prakash capital account. So here now you have to write the narration within bracket. What is that? Why you are writing it? Being cash investor in business, or being business started with the capital of 15,000. You have to write in small, simple meaning in your own words. Transfer is very important also, carry small. So you see here, cash account data 15,000 recorded in the debit side. The same way to Prakash account debit is recorded in the credit account. For every debit, that's a credit. Is very important here. Whenever you write any amount in debit side, the same credit has to be credited. Or if for every credit that's a debit, for every debit that's a credit. So this journal is very important. You have to record properly from journal. You are going to write ledger. This journal is called as books of first entry. It is very important. Then, so what is journalizing? So exam they ask what is journalizing. Journalizing means an act of recording or entering in the journal in the order of date. This on the order of date is very important. So journalizing means is an act of recording or entering transaction in journal in the order of the date. What is journal? Journal means the journal is a prime or original book of entry in which all transactions recorded at the same way in the order of date. So whenever a question asks on what is journal, you have to write journal is a prime or original book of entry in which all transactions recorded as per the chronological order. Suppose what is journalizing? It's an act of recording of all entries in the journal. It's called journalizing. That anywhere, both questions, what is journalizing? You have to write the format also. Format is what? Debit, particulars, LF for ledger folio, debit amount, credit amount. You have to mention rupees here. Everywhere you have to mention rupees. So this is the format of writing the journal. So next step is the journal. We have to go for ledger. That we'll discuss in the next class. So now I will summarize the full presentation now. Here, for a student point of view, the questions may come in, what do you mean by the term accounts? So the important question is, what do you mean by the term accounting? What do you understand by the term accounting? So answer is, accounting is a language of business. So everywhere that the language will be there. Every country and every state they are having different language. In which the same way, the business is having on language. That language name is called as accounting. So all the result of the company, all the efforts of the company will be explained in terms of the language called as accounting language. So accounting language is a very, very important one. So the result is shown to the stakeholder. Overall stakeholder means overall interest in the company affair. So the stakeholder, the result of the company will be shown in the form of accounting language. It is very important for exam. What is accounting language? In the same way, what are different types of account? You can expect a question, what different types of account. So you want to explain what is personal account, accounts of three types, personal account, real account and nominal account. So each way you have to explain what is personal account, give some example. In the same way, what is real account, give some example. What is nominal account, give some example. If you explain it and give example, you can get more marks here also. This is very important, for example, for B part and C part, this classification of account. The another very, very important is golden rules of accounting. This is very, very important. Every account student must know the golden rules of accounting. They must not forget in their life. So what the three are? Personal account, real account and nominal account. So for each account there is an accounting rule. Here personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. So it seems a person is a name, one person going to receive, debit the person name, some person going to give, credit the giver name. The same way real account. Here real account means debit what comes in, credit what goes in. And whatever comes to the company, debit it. Whatever goes to the company, debit it. Then comes nominal account. Debit or expenses and losses, credit or income and gain. That means nominal account deals with expenses and losses, income and gain. So this is an exercise. You know, no subsidiary books and all. There are two types of journal, general journal and special journal. Special journal has purchase books, sales book, purchase return books, sales return books, business return book, business payment book, cash book and petty cash book. So here if you see the cash book deals only with the cash transaction. So all cash transaction will come in the cash book. All credit transaction, purchase credit, sales credit. Purchase credit means goes to purchase book, the same sales book, and return, sales return will come. So all cash transaction will come to the cash book. Then comes petty cash book because a cashier will not deal with all cash transaction. So you will have a petty cashier, then you will give some expenses to the petty cashier for daily expenses. The petty cashier will make the daily expenses, then you will give the final account to the cashier, then you will record in the cash book. So cash book is also there. Cash book we are having single column cash book, double column cash book and triple column. The three types of cash book are there. So with this I will conclude presentation. Thank you, one and all.